What's up, everybody? I'm Gabe. I'm here with Izzy. And first off, before we start this episode, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting us and copping the merch. It means a lot to us. Way more people than we had expected. Definitely humbling experience. It's an awesome.
Yeah, it's been really great. A lot of support. Yeah. A lot of friends and family and people we don't know. It's been a great experience. It's been very overwhelming at times.
Definitely.
But it's a good thing to feel like you bit off more than you can chew and kind of get it done, you know?
I remember when you first came to the idea to me, you're like, hey, we should drop some merch. I was thinking like, bro, like that's big time stuff, you know? Like that seems crazy. It seems so like far reaching. Like, no, bro, I was watching this video and they said like, you got to start. I wish I would have started merch sooner. If I would have, you know, if I could go back and do it again.
Yes. We'll get in. Okay. So first we just wanted to thank everybody. Like we'll get into it later in this episode.
Yeah.
So this is going to be our March update. It's going to be our merch episode. We're a week in. So this episode is going to drop on Monday. Make sure you guys get your merch in. You have up until the 2nd of April. The window closes. We're not going to restock this colorway. We're not going to restock any of this. As soon as it's done, the deadline's done, we're not going to resell it or anything. So make sure you get your orders in. Support the boys. Support the people at Epic Graphics down in the Noyo Harbor. Local, trying to keep it local.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Don. Thank you to Jeremiah helping us out big time. But yeah, man, this has been fun.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you say that because I forget what I was watching, but they basically asked like this big YouTuber the process of his journey and does he regret anything? Does he wish he would have done anything differently? And he was talking about how he wished he would have gotten to merch sooner. And one of our goals with doing this podcast is to monetize. Obviously, you know, like it doesn't cost us anything, but at the same time, it's like you want to get your money's worth. No, I didn't say that right. You want to, how would you say that?
Wait, we want to get your money's worth?
Not your money's worth. I didn't mean to say that. I screwed that up.
You greedy bastard.
You want to work till you eventually get paid for doing something, you know? And we thought starting off that we would get paid when we monetize the channel on YouTube or through ads on audio.
But that's a whole process. That takes so much time.
And it's just like rather than kind of just sit around and wait for that to happen, it's like we can be proactive and monetize a different way, you know? So this is something that didn't really come to fruition until half a year into the podcast, you know? Mm-hmm. But I think it's good because if we would have started trying to do merch at the beginning, it's like you have no following.
You have to have
no
some
audience.
Following at first before you want to start doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
maybe
we found the sweet spot right now.
Yeah. I was going to say, so maybe us waiting so long is like a good thing and we kind of just, stumbled upon it at the right time, you know, because timing is everything. Timing is everything. Like if we would have done this exact same merch at the beginning, the only people that probably would have bought were friends and family,
close friends and family,
you know. But as we've seen, it's been way better.
Yeah, but like Izzy said, this is just a quick March update, a little merch update. And for those who are watching on YouTube, thank you guys. We're at past our first initial goal of 200 subscribers. We're sitting around like 222, I think, right now. So our next goal is to 250. So if you haven't already done so, please do us a huge favor. Subscribe, hit that red button, man. Hit those notification bells. And yeah, man, appreciate all the support.
Yeah, it helps us out big time. What else though? We're gonna do life updates. So what's new with you?
Okay, biggest thing for me, bro, is I'm back in class. I'm back in school. I remember like a few episodes back talking about how I don't think it's gonna happen. You know, it's all talk, and then slowly the district started going back, and next thing you know, the county's like, oh, you know, we have to submit our paperwork, and then we'll see if we go back. And now I'm back, second week going, and bro, it's so different. It's so stressful. It's so weird. I always tell the kids, I'm like, this is weird, isn't it? And the kids always look at me, yeah, this is weird, because everyone has to stay 6 feet apart. So we're walking through the hallway. Imagine, you know, you used to go to elementary school, you're right behind each other and stuff.
In a line?
And, you're poking each other. And now it's like 6 feet apart. If I take out balls for recess, they have to like sanitize them in between people touching it. You can't even play with other kids. So like even if you kick a ball back and forth, you can't do that. So like I tell them like, I'm giving you this ball. Remember, you can't play with anybody.
Don't share.
Go alone in that corner.
Don't play with anyone else.
Yes. Don't talk to anybody. Yeah. So it's like, it's super weird because it's very just anti-social or you know, whatever. So
that must be so confusing for a child.
Yeah, the whole playground shut down, so there's just like a sign in the front that says, you know, nobody's allowed on the wood chips and stuff. And so what the kids in my class have been doing is there's a border that surrounds the playground, and we'll go on top of it, and we'll just try to balance on that border and just like walk around the playground, and we stay 6 feet apart doing that. And they just like made up some game, or if you fall down, you have to go to the end of the line, and then, you know, go from there. So the kids like to do that, but I was like, how many more times can I do that before they get bored of it? So
yeah,
we'll find out. But
and are all the kids from your original class back? Do they have the option to stay at home? How does that work?
So yeah, every kid has the option of staying home doing remote learning if they want to. All of my kids except for one chose to come back. So at first when I was thinking about, and I sent out like phone calls and permission slips to parents, only one had really gotten back to me and was like, yes, I want my kid to go back. Because a lot of people, they're still worried, they're still nervous, they don't understand what it's going to look like at school, right? Like you can send a letter home to parents, but they don't get to actually see what's inside the classroom. So a lot of the times they're still worried of like, well, is my kid safe? And that's totally understandable. But so at first I only had one kid going back, and then I had to do like a recall all my family just to make sure, like, are you sure you want this to continue doing this remote learning? Next thing you know, everybody's switching up their mind. You know what? Actually, I've changed my mind. Let's do it. Let's go back in person. And so all but one. And it's cool. It's weird. It's cool seeing the kids again. I forgot how small they are. So like it's been almost over a year since I'd really seen them. So when I saw them again in person, I was like, dang, I thought you were taller. Like you're like reaching up here to my waist. Like it was pretty funny. But yeah, it's been.
So how does that work with that one that stays home? Do you still have to teach that kid too?
Yeah, you do.
How does that work?
That's the troubling thing. So what a lot of other teachers are doing who have like the 25 classes is they have like this huge monitor that the district provided for us. And basically like you can, the word's not stream, but basically you can like record yourself through that huge TV. So you can be on your Google Meet with the one kid that's at home or however many kids are decided to stay home. And then you can still teach the kids in person, and you're just like recording yourself teaching the kids in person. And then the kids who are at home watching it can see you teach the kids in person. So they're still getting teaching. It's like as if you were like put a TV in the classroom and they're like sitting there, right? So it's kind of like that. It's really interesting. It's hard because obviously you have kids in front of you. You have to, you know, listen to them and you have to like help them out. You can't help them virtually. So it's kind of tough, but everyone's trying their best. Yeah. But with the one kid from my class, I have 2 aides in my class. So one of my aides is working remotely. And so she's able to work with that kid remotely. And then I'm just working with the kids in person majority of the time. So it ends up working just fine for me.
Dang, bro.
Yeah. But it's so
different. What, like, do you have to be 6 feet apart from your kids?
The whole thing, yeah. So we're supposed to stay 6 feet apart. They're 6 feet apart from each other. They're all wearing masks. There's no like eating anything, no drinking anything. If they want to eat a snack or drink something, they have to go outside and stay 6 feet apart from everybody.
It's like jail. Like in juvie, bro. Welcome back to juvie.
We should give them all little uniforms.
Yeah, orange jumpsuits. Have to wear yellow, red, orange jumpsuits.
Yeah, bro.
They get 1 hour of sunlight a day,
bro. And I feel bad too because some of the kids like they struggle wearing their masks, and that was one of my concerns going into it because I was like, dude. I mean, for me, like sometimes it gets hella itchy on my nose, and I like want to adjust and stuff, and I got to be mindful of when I'm adjusting my mask because there's kids in there. Obviously, I can't take it off anymore, and so I'm thinking like if I constantly am doing that and like readjusting, like I wonder how the kids are gonna do. And honestly, the majority of them have been really well. There's one student who hasn't. I'm not gonna say any names.
Don't say any names. Don't say any names.
But yeah, they were pretty upset because I told them to do some work. So I was like, hey, I need you to do this for me, and I need you to follow the directions. And they're like, basically, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to change your mind and make a better decision. Yeah. I'll come back to you and see what you're doing. And then I come back and I'm like, hey, so can you get this done? And no, I'm not going to get it done. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And I was like, oh, okay.
All right. Sounds good. Write it down.
And so I was like, I'm going to come back in 10 minutes. I'm going to come back and then 10 minutes back, I come back and I'm talking to them. And I'm going to say, come on, like, I can help you do this. Like, you don't have to do it alone. I get it's hard, it's boring, blah, 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 whatever. I'm going to help you out, right?
And then help me help you. Come on.
And then as I'm saying that, bro, it doesn't even hit me. But I look at their face and their mask is off. And I had no idea. Like, I was so, like, it was weird to me. And I was like, oh, wait, you got to put that back on. I was like
2319.
Yeah. The socks on the back. And then I'm just like, okay. So then I'm like, you got to put that back on. And their response, no, I can't breathe in it. I'm going to take it off. And I was like, no, you're going to put it back on, or I have to call the office and, you know, someone's got to come pick you up.
Do they teach you like the protocols? Like if a kid doesn't wear the mask, this is what you do.
Yeah.
Or is it kind of on you to figure out the punishment, the solution?
No. They definitely tell you. The district, so I work for the county, right? So the county's regulations are a little bit different than the districts. The districts is more like you have like a one warning policy. Put it back on. They put it back on. You're good. If they refuse to put it back on, then, you know, you send them to a certain room that's in the school, and then they wait for the parents to come pick them up. And so for the county, and with my class in particular, since it's ED kids, and a lot of the times, like, them not being able to put on their mask or being frustrated is part of their disability. So they say, like, you gotta work with them. But it's like very vague. So it's like, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, if this kid is like taking off their mask and coughing on me, like, I don't care what bro, it might be a reaction. No, I'm calling the parents, bro. Like, it's no
Dude,
ifs,
I think
ands, or
that's the only
buts.
thing you can do. Just send them home.
Yeah, no, but it was cool because then after a while, I was like, listen, like, you got to make a decision right now. I'm calling the office and someone's going to come pick you up, or you're making a good decision. You're putting the mask back on. Fine, Mr. H. And he puts it back on. I was like, hell yeah.
H.
Let's go.
It's loud.
Yeah, so that was kind of a weird experience.
That is a weird experience, man. It's so new.
Yeah, man, and it was bad because the rest of the day was terrible for that student. Didn't want to talk to me, saying, I made a terrible decision coming back to school. I'm never going to come back. I'm going to tell my family that this was a huge mistake and to bring me back to homeschool because I'm not going to do this anymore. And so the rest of like the day, there's probably like an hour and a half left of the day. They just did nothing, sat in their desk, just refused to do anything. And
This one student?
Everyone else was angels that day. Everyone else was doing great.
How do the other kids react? Like, is this student rallying everyone up, or do they kind of just look at them like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, so sometimes the kids that I have, they all know each other because they've been there for multiple years together. So like they're not surprised by this. They're like, oh, here we go again. No, but so it was cool. Actually, one of the kids was like, when the student was like, I don't want to wear this mask, it's uncomfortable. But one of the students was like, oh, well, you know, maybe you could take them outside and they could take off their mask for a while. Like, they were being helpful. They were providing solutions for the problem. And I was like, thank you, but not right now. Like, I'm trying to talk
Shut
to them.
up. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it was a great idea. And so I asked them, but no, the student just didn't want to do anything. And then towards like the last 10 minutes of the day, I was thinking, like, literally, this is the last time I see this student. And this is like the last interaction we have, and like we're just like butting heads and we hate each other. I was like, I'm just gonna end the day on a positive note. It's like, do you want to play Hangman? Yeah, okay. We started playing Hangman. Last 10 minutes, bro, 180, total mood switch, really happy, engaged, like, bro. And then the next day they made me a card and they put it on my wall.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just like, it's a ups and downs. It's
Tell you what, Gabriel, Mr. H, you got a lot of patience, man.
yeah. I have way more patience for my job than I do outside of it. Yeah, that's for sure.
That's good. That's good though.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there's any teachers, I don't know if that's an appropriate question, that like don't have the patience. Bro, I remember when I was in reading class my 5th grade year,
Mm-hmm.
I had a teacher, I'm not going to say any names, but I remember like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
you know the one?
Yeah,
the one with the face?
Yeah, the one with the face.
And there was this kid that was like talking back, and she like sent him outside, and she goes out there and you can like hear her like slam him on the wall. And then he comes back and he's like, dude, she choked me.
Wait, hold on. That's messed up, bro.
I know. So the whole time in your story, I'm just thinking, man, 6 feet apart.
I'm a loser, bro.
You're not allowed to do that anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Back in my day.
Seriously.
No, but that's good, man. That's good that you're able to switch the mood around. I don't know what I would be able to do in those situations.
It's tough, man. And it's crazy because you don't have a specific training for it. Like, so it's really just like personality. Like, if you're able to just handle that situation, that environment, then you're going to be a great teacher. You're going to be able to, handle the kids. But a lot of people just would crumble, or a lot of people just be like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm just going to call the office because they're not behaving or they're not listening.
Yeah.
It's like, it is what it is, but.
It is what it is.
It is
my
what it
guy.
is, man.
It is what it is. Hey, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Man. So other it's been cool. There was an accident in the front of the school too that happened.
Car crash or what?
Yeah. So what happened was, you know how kids come in or cars come into the parking lot and they drop their kids off. They like put their emergency lights on, open the door, the kid walks through, whatever, right? So that happened, I think it was Tuesday or something like that, but of last week. And this car comes in and they do the same thing that I just said. They pull into the parking lot. And honestly, this person probably could have pulled over more to the side, like, because they were right dead center. So like their cars can't really move around them.
So everyone had to wait for that car to
So
move.
there's like 3-4 cars backed up behind them, right? And then the buses are coming in and they go through a different route, but then the buses sometimes get stuck because there's cars waiting.
Was this a big vehicle?
This was like a mid-sized sedan type thing, yeah. And so so this person stops there, puts the e-brakes on or the emergency lights on, and the kid's taking a while to get out. And I'm sitting there, I'm just watching the whole thing because I'm waiting for my kids to come in. And then I see a car that was behind them. They get impatient. Bro, it probably had been like maybe top 7 seconds, but it seems like a lot of time when you're waiting behind a car. You're like, this person's an idiot. Like, move
Probably
out of the way.
had somewhere to go. Who knows?
Yeah.
Probably late for work.
Busy person. Anyway, so they go around. They go turn in, and then as soon as they go in and they go in front of the car, and you just hear the whole side of the car, bro, just scrapes the whole car, and then I'm just like, and I see the principal's outside
like,
too,
kids,
and I look at him, and I'm just like, I'm just like hella shocked. Like, did that just happen? Next thing you know, both the ladies are out. Hey, are you kidding me? How could you?
In front of the kids?
Yeah, you couldn't have waited 5 seconds for me to move my car. Are you serious? Are you stupid? Blah, blah. And then the kid comes out of the car. Mommy, they just broke it. They just hit your car. They just. I'm just like,
God, dude, I would be heated, bro.
Yeah. And
I would be heated.
The lady just saying, sorry. The lady's like, sorry's not okay. You shouldn't have, blah, blah, blah. And then you see the lady who had hit the car, her two daughters just come out and go into school. And I'm just like, dude, that's so embarrassing for the kids and for the parents. Like, gosh, that's such a facepalm moment. You're just like, I should have just waited 5 more seconds.
Yeah, man.
Now
I don't even think
fine.
it's like, you're like, they probably could have moved over. Okay, but they didn't. So now what? Just wait.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Like, what are you going to do?
It?
Try to freaking drive over the curb? Like, dude, I would be so mad, bro.
Yeah.
And what happened after that?
Well, they both parked into like a parking spot there, and I saw them get out. But by that time, my kid had come off the bus, so I had to go back inside. It's like, wait, man, I want to watch this. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, World Star.
Yeah, I had to go back in.
You probably threw down in the parking lot.
Well, once the kids went inside and all the doors are closed and stuff, yeah.
That's all.
But yeah, so it's been an interesting couple last days. Not gonna lie to
dude,
you.
It seems hectic.
But yeah.
What about outside of school? Any plans coming up?
I have a few friends who want to take trips coming up, like around summertime, early summertime, and honestly, I'm down. Like, I'm in a state right now, or in a mood where I'm just like, I'm down to travel, I'm down to try new food, I'm down to do whatever. Like, if it's something that interests me, like, I'm willing to spend some cash to go out. So I have a few friends who want to go to Oregon. I have my homie George who wants to go to New York.
Hey, shout out to the homie George.
Yeah, man, for copping that merch too. That I saw that olive tea, bro.
Oh, we got the olive tea.
Yeah,
dude, that's our best seller.
Yeah, it's
the
a good
olive
one.
tea.
Yeah, so he wants to go to New York too, like early June. So I'm thinking about maybe doing something like that. It'll be cool. I've only been to New York one time, and it was for like 45 minutes.
That's right, you did go. I forgot you told me about that. Didn't you say it was hot?
Trip. It was super hot. It was hella funny. I was wearing a jacket the whole time. I was with Hector Toscano.
Shout out to Hector Toscano.
We were together on a college trip, and we're wearing these like hella just jackets, and it's like 100 degrees outside, and everyone's looking at us like, "What are you guys doing?
Idiots, tourists
idiots.
Hanging out in Times Square."
And we had a saying, Hector and I, at that time. We're like, I'd rather die with swag than live with no swag or something.
Dude.
That was back in the day.
That's the way to live.
And that was the word, yeah. And
That's
so we were just like burning up, but we looked fresh.
At least you look good. That's all that matters.
That's all that mattered, yeah. But anyways, I need to go back and actually experience it for them.
Dude, yeah. What would you do if you went to New York right now? Let's just say that you booked your ticket, you're going next week. What would be your first place to go during COVID?
Bro, I mean, it had to be still Times Square. It had to be Times Square still.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty? Times Square?
Yeah.
Empire State Building?
Yeah, I never got to visit Statue of Liberty. I just went on a boat and I like took pictures of it and stuff. But yeah,
that's not visiting it. Can you go up it? Can you go inside it?
You can climb in all the whole.
What else is there to do? Brooklyn Bridge, New York Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. Oh, good idea. Yeah, New York pizza, food, bunch of foodie stuff. I'm sure. I'll be down for that. But yeah, maybe travel around because there's a lot of places nearby. Like Boston's right nearby. You have Rhode Island. You have a bunch of other spots that you can kind of visit.
That's right, dude. I have family in Ohio, and we were gonna go visit them in January. We were thinking about going, and we're gonna go to Niagara Falls in New York and stuff.
Dude, I've always wanted to go to Niagara Falls.
Me too, bro. Me too. It seems like a lot of fun.
Hey, did you ever hear that story that people would like go in barrels?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
That is very weird. I don't know if it was for sport or if it was like, I don't know. But yeah, I did hear like they would go in barrels and fall off. Maybe it was just a tall tale.
Yeah,
It was a lie. Maybe some guy just said I just tried to pick up girls. Like, yeah, I went down a barrel in Niagara Falls.
No big deal.
But yeah, I see pictures, dude. It looks massive. Like nothing I've ever seen before. So
For sure.
I'd love to go there.
But yeah, man, that's been with me. What about you? What's life been for you? What's
same old, man.
What's the
Freaking school, school online. It's been super easy. It's like I'm only taking 2 classes. I've mentioned this before. Assignments are due Friday, Monday, Wednesday. One of them is my seminar, so it's like super a lot of workload. That's gonna be my most difficult one. But I'm actually gonna be going to Mexico next month.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that.
On the 6th, yeah, man.
This is your first time, right?
This is my first time,
Which is insane.
It is very insane.
The
thing is, my parents had never had papers, so I'm like, I don't want to just go by myself. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather just wait. Like, I guess it was always a thing that I know we're gonna fix their papers, so I'll just wait until that moment comes. It was never a matter of if, it was just a matter of when,
Right.
And I don't really, I don't really care. So I'll just go with them. We're gonna go from the 6th to the 23rd. We're gonna go to Zacatecas, and then we're gonna go to Sinaloa, and then we're gonna go to Nayarit. Yeah, so my dad's family's from Zacatecas. My mom's side is from Nayarit, but I have family in Sinaloa, so we're gonna go over there with my aunt. But we're planning, so we're gonna drive. I think we're gonna leave the 4th from here. And we're gonna go down to LA with one of my cousins. We're gonna stay with her, and then she's gonna drive us to Tijuana, and then from there we're gonna fly out to Zacatecas.
Oh, so you're flying out from TJ?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not flying from SF or Oakland or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know why, but screw it. We get to see another place, TJ.
That's true.
Hang out there for a bit. I don't really know what to expect, to be honest. I don't really know what I'm hoping to get out of this trip. I'm really just excited. Since I found out we were going, I want to say it was like earlier this month, we booked our flight. I've been like really anxious, like really nervous, like excited. Like the time's ticking, and I think that's in another week.
It's coming up.
It's coming up quick, man. It's coming up quick. So I'm stoked, bro. It's gonna be fun. Get to see all my family. Some of them I'm meeting them for the first time. A lot of things that we want to do there. If anyone that's listening to this or watching this has ever been to Zacatecas, like the city of Zacatecas, and knows touristy things to do, let me know, because I'm going to make a list of things I want to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have a plan or anything, or is it just kind of like winging?
Dude, I'm kind of just hoping my family over there is fun and can just show us around and we'll have a good time. I know we're going to go to a lot of, I think we're going to stay with one of my uncles, and then we're just going to kind of be bouncing around from house to house because everyone's going to want to see us, my dad, and
right, because they haven't seen your parents.
Yeah, they haven't. Dude, my dad hasn't been back since
right?
I was born, since like 3 years before I was born. He came over here.
Dude, that's gonna be crazy for your parents.
I know. I feel like it's gonna be overwhelming. My dad doesn't like flying. He doesn't like traveling much. I don't really think at the time, or like just growing up, they were busy working. Vacations aren't really a thing.
Right.
But yeah, it's really exciting that we're fortunate enough now to be able to do this. They got the residency last year. We were planning some trips. When COVID hit, we're going to go in January. And then we weren't really sure if things were going to open back up or not, or if it was just going to be cracked down again. Right. So at this point, we're like, man, we have to, like before anything else, like we have the opportunity now, like might as well just be safe about it. But it's exciting. So we're going to do that. And then I think we're going to be there for like a week and a half or 2 weeks. And then like the last part of the trip, we're going to go, like I said, we're going to go to Sinaloa. So we're going to be taking a bus from Zacatecas.
How far is the drive?
I want to say it's like, I don't know. I searched it up, but I don't remember. It's either 4 or 7 hours.
Okay.
It's one of those two.
In one of the buses, bro, it sucks.
Because
that happened to me when I went the last time. We went to Puerto Vallarta for like the last week that I was there for my vacation with my parents and whatever. And we took a bus from my hometown in Chavinda, Michoacan, from there to Puerto Vallarta, and I'm pretty sure it was like 9 or 10 hours, and I like was done. I was like, bro. I was like, I'd rather just not do anything.
Can we just go home?
This was not worth it. Dude. Yeah, but that's how traveling is over there. It's tougher, like you gotta.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, take the bus, public transportation, or whatever.
Yeah,
we're spoiled over here in the States.
We are very spoiled. We're very spoiled. I'm hoping. Dude, that's the thing, man. Like I need to kind of just get in the mindset to go, and I think I just kind of want to just get humbled. I feel like I'm like from the stories that I hear or the things that I see, I feel like I'm going to be very grateful when I come back to be able to live in a place like this.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like there's so many things that Mexico offers that they don't have here, right? The people, the hospitality, the food, just like connections that you can make. There's just so many other things, the culture that you just don't experience that, or you think like you have a little snippet of it at home. But when you get over there, no, that's like full. That's the lifestyle, and so it's really cool. It's not just like it's something where you just like, wow, like I'm grateful I live here, but it's like, you know, that's part of my family, it's part of my history. And
Yeah, that's a good
dope.
point. I never thought about it that way.
It's super sick.
Yeah, maybe I should get in that mindset.
I think you're gonna like it a lot.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, love my family. You know, I know. That's the interesting thing too. Is like that where I'm gonna visit is what shaped my parents.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, when you think about stuff like that. Yeah.
But yeah, my Spanish is gonna get way better. When we come back, I'm all gonna speak Spanish.
You're like, what?
It's gonna be slapping corridos over there. Like,
so this is the last kid, bro. This is the last episode of the Coast Boys in English. From here on,
there's gonna be Los Coast Boys.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, and then so that's gonna be from the 6th to the 23rd. And bro, the other day, I told you about this, but the other day, like I was just driving, and one of my buddies texted me. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing next month?" I was like, "I'm gonna be in Mexico, bro." Like my buddy Alex, shout out to Alex Uribe, met him my freshman year. Been tight ever since. Homie from Santa Barbara, really good at soccer. Met him that way through the club, and he was living like in a little village near me in college in our dorms. What was my point? My point was I lost my train of thought. He hit me up and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing next month?" I was like, "Bro, I'm gonna be in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd love to hang out, but I'm not gonna be like around." And he was like, "Oh, let's go to Cabo." I was like, "When?" He was like the 25th to the 30th. So I started thinking. I was like, "Okay, like I'm gonna be back the 23rd, probably the 24th, like in the States." And I was like, if we just, because we're going to leave our stuff in LA, if I just come back and then my parents just drop me off in Santa Barbara on the way up, I can just stay with him for a day. I don't know how long, but I know it's going to be before the 25th. And then I can just go to Cabo. And I was like, all right, like, okay, like tell me more, like explain it, like the trip. He's like, bro, you don't have to pay anything, just your ticket. Mm-hmm. He's like, obviously food there. I was like, all right, just find me a flight. I was like, all right, bro, just let me know how much it is. And I was willing to pay like $400. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, like this is what I'm working. What I'm willing to work with. And he was like, flight's like $245 there. I was like, see if you could find me one, because it's round trip from LAX to Cabo. See if you can find me from Cabo to San Francisco, so I don't have to drive all the way back up. You know, because my parents are just gonna drop me off. I need to figure out a way to get back.
Yeah.
And then found it. I was like, all right, just request it, Venmo request it, and let's get it done, you know? And then I think I don't remember the place we're going to stay, but it's like a really nice resort. Thinking about doing all inclusive. People have been trying to talk to me into doing that, you know?
Going to a resort, that's what you want to do.
Oh, yeah, man. I feel like that's the move.
It is. Especially because who knows when you're going to be back there. You might not go to Cabo the next time.
Yeah, I feel like just might as well like
full experience.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, so... I think I'm just gonna grind it out this next week and a half with the bread and just make sure I'm chilling when I'm over there, you know. But yeah, so I'm gonna be able to experience like the legitimate like side of Mexico culture, you know, and then the white touristy spots, you know. So I feel
it's gonna shock you, bro. It's gonna shock. I remember when I went to Puerto Vallarta and I went to those resorts, bro. It's night and day, and it's crazy because all the people that are there, they're all white. They're all.
It's like you're in San Diego.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's just like, but then everybody working there is, you know, from there, and it's a trip. It's a trip for sure. But
yeah, so it's exciting, dude. Again, shout out to Alex. Thank you for that. It's gonna be his birthday on the 28th, so we're gonna be celebrating it over there.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm stoked. That's gonna be basically gonna be in Mexico the whole month of April. Mm-hmm. So I really need to just get my stuff together and get my homework done beforehand. I think I have like 15 assignments.
15
that whole month, yeah, bro. So I've been.
Yeah.
This has been my the week of what's today? No, we gotta timestamp it. But this whole last week before this episode drops has been my spring break. So I've had a lot of time to just kind of do homework and really have an idea of organize everything.
Yeah,
you know
plan ahead.
Yeah, plan ahead. So there's some assignments that I have to wait because it's like for my seminar class and it's like a group project. Excuse me.
So you gotta wait to talk to your...
Yeah, I gotta wait. It's not like you can do it ahead of time and just submit it. And it's like, also with like some other assignments that are due later on in the week, like it's, I don't even know how to explain it, but like I have to do that assignment that week in order to do that following assignment. So I just gotta be on top of it. Yeah. I just gotta be on top of it. But I'm kind of just planning on like waking up early, not really wasting daylight, you know, like I'm planning on starting my days early over there, exercise or work out if I can, you know, like I want to vlog over there too, you know.
Dude,
I was telling
yeah.
myself like I want to vlog the experience, the trip for sure, like the way there. But I want to kind of spend a few days to kind of just soak it all in, because I know I'm gonna have a lot of time, because I'm picturing like myself, like obviously not the same routine here, but like I have a lot of free time after like not work, but like after the internship, after school, after the whole bread stuff, soccer and everything. Like I still have a lot of free time, so it's like I'm gonna have even more over there, you know, like because the other thing I'm gonna be prioritizing is just like being with my family and school, you know. But that, like, even with school, like I still have a lot of hours in the day, so I want to just take everything in while I'm over there for a few days at least, and then kind of just start having an idea of what I want to be vlogging or what I want to be sharing. But I just know, like, from past experiences, like going to sporting events and stuff, like trying to record the whole time, like you don't even remember what you just watched. Like the first soccer game I ever went to was like America versus Real Madrid, and I was sitting there with a little camcorder
the whole time,
like not even recording, but just like waiting for them to get close to goal, and I'd start recording, and I'd just be like looking at the thing, and I'm missing the game.
You're not watching the game,
and I'm just like, after that, I was like, never again. And then I remember I went to a soccer game in 2018. It was right before the World Cup, and it was a Mexico-Iceland game, and I was just faded the whole time. I was like, dude, I don't remember anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was too much this way, like, and then not present in this way. I was like,
it's all about a balance.
Never
Izzy.
again, bro. So then I remember I went to the fights with the homie Serge. Shout out to Serge and Angel. Down in Anaheim, I watched Stipe Miocic versus DC. Stipe Miocic is fighting tonight. I'm actually going for him, so hopefully he wins.
You just time stamped it.
Yeah, screw it, man. Screw it. We're recording this on a Saturday, but. What was my point? Oh, so that one I went with my buddies, and I was telling myself I'm not gonna record any of the fights. And I just recorded like the intro, like the walk-ins, like when they're walking in, and then when they're reading the scorecards, and then a little bit of like the Paulo Costa versus Romero fight, because it was just like super hectic, but it was like the perfect balance. And I was like, dude, I remember every part, you know, like I was present, like I enjoyed it, you know. It's like you're there, you're present, you're in the moment, you know. But I think that's kind of my approach to the whole vlogging when I'm over there. Hopefully we can we have like good internet and stuff, so we can do episodes. Like that's my hope.
That'd be sick.
But if I'm being honest, like as of right now, we're probably gonna be taking a break.
Yeah, it's a good point. Something to bring up. Yeah, because you're gonna be gone, and then I might be gone as well. Like I said, I might be traveling, and we'll see about that. But I'm gonna be trying to vlog as well. If I go do my trips to Oregon or I go, you know, to the Bay Area or whatever it is. Like I'm gonna try to record as much as I can as well. And then
I think it really just depends, because we didn't really plan for the month of April. I mean, I guess this really happened like last minute, and it was kind of like a decision that we made. I know the episode when we come back is gonna be fire.
Yeah,
it's gonna be sick. There's gonna be so much to talk about. We have guests lined up. I just don't know if I want to just save those until after. We haven't really decided. You know, we have other projects too. Like I don't know if you want to talk about the whole new studio. We haven't talked about that.
Yeah, I can. So yeah, we're planning on switching locations really soon, and I think that's great because the time that maybe you'll be in Mex, I'll be vlogging myself, changing up the studio, and I'll be recording myself, you know, getting that ready. But yeah, we have a new location. It's closer to Fort Bragg. It's in town, so that way we don't have to travel as much, and we'll just have like one dedicated setup to this spot, and then, you know, we don't have to worry about commuting so much. But exciting stuff. I just got to move a lot of stuff around and find space to make room for all of this stuff that we use on a daily basis. But yeah, it'll be exciting and interesting.
It is going to be very exciting to kind of just have that space dedicated for this, and then we can use it as like a little office and stuff. Like invest in a whiteboard, invest in because that's honestly something that I've been wanting this whole time.
You've always talked about getting a whiteboard.
Just getting a whiteboard, like cracking down, writing stuff, goals, whatever. Like because I'm a visual person. Like I have to write things down. I have to, like right here, like the episode notes. I have to have it in my hand because I forget, you know. Like, and then later I'm like, man, I should have talked about this. Yeah. You know? And it's just an easy way for me to really organize everything. But what was my point? Lost my train of thought.
Vlogging, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. And yeah,
I think it's also good because by the time you're leaving, our merch drop will just be finished by the time that you head out. So it'll be kind of a nice little break, right?
Nice little break, yeah. Because we've been working hard these past few weeks.
Yeah, go talk about the merch. Talk about how that's been and
dude, I feel bad that I'm gonna be leaving you with like all the responsibility.
Well, it'll happen. It's gonna happen regardless.
It's all good, dog. We're gonna have fun. The merch, yeah. So we talked about in the previous episode how it came about, or the way we were trying to do it. We were trying to go through someone else in a different city, and basically just pay for the material and pay for the printing. And then if they didn't have certain material, we're gonna just buy it off a website and have it shipped to them, and then have them print it for a certain price that we've agreed to, and then have them ship it to us. But there were so many steps in that process that the shipping is the price of a t-shirt, like just to ship it. So it's just like, we're trying to cut out the fat as much as possible. So we went and we asked our new homie Don at Epic Graphics. Shout out to Don. Thank you so much. And we just laid out the plan. We laid out our vision, our goals, like the way we wanted to structure it. And he was super supportive, gave us a price, and it was really, really good. The material is really good in my opinion.
Yeah.
Some of the best they have to offer. Nice lightweight shirts, especially coming up for summer. I feel like the merch is very appropriate to where we're from because it does get windy.
Yeah.
It's going to be summer, but here in Fort Bragg, it's like 65.
It's still going to be chilly.
Yeah, so it's still going to be chilly at night. So I feel like the merch is going to be very appropriate, like if we did like a summer drop, we're planning on doing a summer drop after, but spoilers. Yeah. But, so I don't even know what my point was with the summer drop. Oh, the summer drop, we're not going to probably not going to be doing like jackets or hoodies or anything.
Yeah. It'll be more summer clothes, bro, tank, stuff like that.
Yeah. But the cool thing is like, even there, like we saw, like we can do jackets, we could do windbreakers, we can do crews, we can do polos, we can do tank tops, we can do hats. Like we have so many options, bro. Like we got range, dog. Like polos would definitely be sick. We talked about next steps for us, like within what we want to do. I don't really know if we should talk about it now. I feel like we should just kind of keep that low key until we kind of get the ball rolling.
Yeah, let's wait.
But the whole process has been super easy. And the reason I say that is because we're surrounded by people that are really supportive. Like that. Don has been a great resource. Jeremiah Heim. Shout out to Jeremiah Heim. Thank you so much for kind of steering us in that direction.
Definitely.
Also a great resource. And it just makes the whole process easier. And I say that because we kind of went into this, like the other night, I wasn't going to bring this up, but like the other night we were with a friend of ours and he's really asking us like some tough questions about like the direction we're trying to take this and what our goals are and if we see this as a business or a hobby. And I feel like in order to grow in any aspect of life, whether it's a job in sports and school, like as a person, like you need to have those tough conversations and really analyze yourself. And I feel we've always been serious about this from the production of it, from the time we put into it, from the thought that goes into it, the effort. But it's now that the merchandise is introduced, it kind of goes from just being something fun to like treating it more as a business.
Definitely.
And I feel like the reason it was so easy for us to transition into this was because the whole time that we've been doing this, we've been treating it like a business. There's structure to it. We have a vision, we have goals that we constantly hit, so then once a business model is introduced to the equation, it's like easy to kind of take it in stride,
Yeah.
But again, overall experience has been amazing. The support has been insane.
The support has been huge,
man. Do you want to talk about what you felt this whole process, or like how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I know I touched on it like right at the beginning where I just felt like, this is a big time thing to do, to drop merch like that. Like I couldn't even fathom, how would you even start that? Where would you go? How would you know what I mean? What do people like? And I was just thinking, okay, like you have to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Like what are they going to want to buy? And so like when we were getting the merch, I was like, I want to put something out that I would want to wear, that I myself I'm going to feel comfortable wearing. And I'm going to be like, yeah, dude, I will back that shirt. I will back that hoodie. Like I like to back the quality of the material or whatever. And I'm happy to say that I can back all those things. Like we both can. And so again, shout out to Don for that, for really hooking us up and giving us this best material and just letting us know like, hey, this is our top seller. This is what you should be going for this. This is what you should be thinking about. So he made the process super easy for us. And I'm really happy with how everything's turned out. And I honestly just can't wait for all you guys who have purchased the merch to get it in person, because you guys are going to love it.
Yeah, I think it's really, really great quality. And just even that, how you mentioned, like, I want to make something that I would wear. It's like, that is so important. Like that seems like something so simple to say, but it's just like, that design or that just like the stuff we decided to drop, it's like so simple.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like this big ugly graphic tee. Like it's just a simple color that you can wear with almost anything. You know, like the olive shirt is what you're gonna have to really mix and match. You know, but it's just simple colors, and it's like that was really what we just wanted to do for the first launch. You know, like obviously now we know what we can and can't do, like experimenting with ink, because everything goes into play. Like some people might not know, but the more ink you add, the more colors, the more expensive the t-shirt, the more difficult it is to make. Like, so we kind of just wanted to keep everything as simple, as basic as possible. And I feel like it's been really good. And just the whole like consumer behavior part of it, like how people are going to perceive the pricing, how people are going to perceive the product. Like, are people going to want to wear it? Like, taking into account that summer is right around the corner. Like, is a hoodie inappropriate, you know? But I feel like the people that would give us that feedback are people like that would live in another country, or people that live in SoCal. And we really, that's another thing too. Like, we really need to study our analytics and see where our biggest supporters are, where our biggest viewers are. And it's predominantly San Francisco and here. Yeah. So it's like, those are not hot places.
Yeah, this is perfect for the hoodies.
Yeah. So it's like that, it's just really kind of cracking down on all those things, and really, because we've talked about this, like we were talking about this with Lloyd. Shout out to Lloyd the other night. Like because we have insights, whether it's on Facebook, it's Instagram, it's on YouTube. Like, we have all the data. So it's like, what do you do with that data? How do you interpret that? Mm-hmm. And it's with things like this, like the decision that you make to drop a t-shirt versus a hoodie versus a jacket versus a winter coat. Like, so it's like all those things go into play when you're releasing it, and just kind of seeing what is the most appropriate thing to drop. And that's kind of the decision we went with. Next, I think it'd be cool to kind of experiment with like longer t-shirts. Yeah,
we talked about long sleeves at first. We're like, yeah, for this one, I think we want to really keep it simple. So we'll go short sleeve, and they look really nice. But yeah, it's a good idea. Long sleeve would be sick.
Yeah, it'd be really cool. And then it's just like, obviously the next one's not going to be that, without getting into kind of too much detail about all the fluff and stuff. But I think it's also cool to just be able to, like, it's almost like a creative exercise. To be able to, like, okay, so what's going to be the theme of our next one? What's going to... And we have like 5 or 6 lined up.
Yeah,
like,
we do.
It's exciting. And you know, like when you say it to friends, they're like, dude, that launch would be freaking sick, man. Like, I would cop a shirt for sure. Like,
yeah.
So kind of just getting that feedback, and obviously like that comes into play as well. Like, you don't want to drop anything that people aren't going to like, you know? So I think it's been fun. And this has been a great experience. And it's... At times, like we've talked about it does feel like you bit off more than you can chew. But I feel like that is necessary.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, if we just stay to where we're comfortable, we're never going to grow.
Yeah.
You know? But next time, we for sure, like, going back to the whole structure of it, also like customer database, like that's something that I learned through the internship, you know,
keeping track of doing that, man.
Keeping track of everything. And how easy has it been?
It's been super easy.
Super easy. You just put your orders in, and then you just keep track of the location, the number, everything. And then once we need to refer to them. And the reason we have that, Gabe, is because the next drop, we're going to go back to that. We're going to sell to those exact people and more.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand, bro. Hey.
Dude, trust the process, dog.
I'm trusting the process.
Trust the process. But that's the merch drop. Again, thank you to everybody who's been copping.
Heck yeah.
Our best sellers, olive tea and the hoodie. Mm-hmm. Make sure you cop. Reasonable price, I should say.
Yeah.
T-shirts each are $20. Crews are $30. Black crew, black hoodie is $40. So if you guys are watching this and you guys would want to cop one, let us know. DM us right now. I feel like by the next drop, we would have an e-commerce set up.
Yeah, we'll have something more set up.
We'll kind of crack down. Yeah, we'll crack down on it, so it's not just DMing. Yeah. Because I'm sure there's people that maybe want some and they don't feel comfortable DMing us. That's another thing, you know?
Yeah.
But that's the merch. And that's really our March update. Do you have anything else that you want to add?
That was it. The bigger thing is the merch. Cop merch, get merch. We love all the support. Keep it up, man.
Hell yeah. It's for the cause. Support the boys. Support Donna Epic Graphics. We appreciate you guys. Shop local. If you're watching this or listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you leave us a review and a rating. If you're watching this, subscribe on YouTube. We're almost to our goal of 250. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.